I'm going to do this video a little different. So I don't want to say I had time on my hands, but I tried this. It's probably not a new technique, but it's an old technique, or it's been a technique that I happened to come across. So I did it and it didn't turn out correctly, but I know why it didn't turn out. So I'm going to show you how it turned out. So you see that little the little fold or bend in the resin, like right. It looks better when I put my right there. Okay. So the whole thing was supposed to look like that. So why I said I was going to do things backwards is I'm going to tell you what I did wrong. And then when we do this together, hopefully it turns out right. Okay. So what I did is I had this round mold, which I'm going to use again. That's just regular tape. And I had this chiffon that I got from, I got this from Walmart, and I think I got a whole yard, and it was like under $3. I used alcohol ink, and I will grab my colors, but I haven't picked those out yet. So if I can find a picture, because I think I took a picture of it, when I initially put this down, it had all these beautiful little little creases, and it was really pretty. So in my mind, I was like, ooh, it looks so pretty. I want to speed it up. So here is where everything didn't go as planned. Okay. So I absolutely love using my heating mat from DanaRae-llc resin, because it kind of speeds up the hardening process. I mean, even after it comes off, I usually let my stuff sit its normal curing time, but it helps heat it or harden it. So if you have to move on to a next step. Okay. So here's where things started falling apart after I had let it sit on here. So this beautiful mat warmed everything up, okay, and hardened it faster. What it also did, after I put my resin in here, and it had all those beautiful little ripples in it, and I put it on the heating mat, all the ripples went flat except for maybe one or two. And after I did it, I was like, why did all my beautiful little ripples go away? Well, that's what it was. It was the heating mat that kind of just let everything fall, if that makes sense. What we are going to do is, I am going to try to attempt to do it the correct way, and we're going to do it together. So that's why I said I'm going to kind of do the video backwards, because usually I tell you what I'm doing wrong as I'm going, but I've already done the mess up. Okay, well, I've already done the learning curve, and there's probably more to learn, but I have already learned about what I did wrong. So I'm going to show you how I do it, how I've seen it done the correct way without this beautiful piece of technology. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of this tape just to get, I just did like a glitter workshop, and I cannot, and probably will never get all the glitter up, because that's just the beautiful nature of glitter. Okay. So when you put, okay, so when you put this down, your material down, what the whole goal is for it to like ripple up like that. Okay, well, not like that, but you'll see. So I'm gonna cut my circle and try not to get some of these edges. They get in your resin if you're not too careful, but I'm just gonna, and remember it's gonna soak down into it. Let me pull this down so you can see a little better. Okay. So it's gonna soak down into it. So make sure you leave, it's gonna soak down and it's gonna pull in, okay? So make sure you leave enough space, okay? So that's basically what I want. Wow. Is my resin mixing already? I hope not. It's pretty warm. Oops. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. Oh, Dana! Oh my goodness. Okay. So I've been running my mouth too much and chit-chatting and not having my supplies ready. And look what happened. My resin started forming. Okay. Life is beautiful. Life is grand. We're gonna go make some more resin. Or go mix some more resin. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just lay this right on top. Just like that. And then I'm gonna get that piece of fuzz off of there. And then I'm just going to be very careful because this is where the bubbles want to come in. Right there. Remember, we're gonna go in after this sets overnight. I'm not gonna take it out of the mold, but I'm gonna put another coat of resin, and that's why I didn't fill it up all the way. So I'm gonna put another coat of resin on top, but it'll be darker than this pink. So one of the goals is to make sure that your material, hold on, let me see if I can angle my camera so you can see. Let's see. Oh, I don't think I can do it. Okay, maybe at this angle. Okay. So you see how this is raised up here? So that can be raised, but you want to make sure it's not so high that it's above what this little rim will be when you put that top coat. Because the top coat is not going to be as thick as what's already in here. So just make sure your curves are not like that one's up kind of high. So if that makes sense, I hope it does. Let's see. Just a little darker. I think I'm going to go darker. I just looked at it from above. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop adding to it right now. Okay. Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot darker. So I'm gonna do a peekaboo test. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with it because we're learning. At least I'm learning. So what I did, I poured just a little bit in the middle and then kind of lifted it up and looked under it. And I'm glad I put a little darker in there. I know it might not look very appealing right now, but, you know, it's got to do its thing. I know it might not look very appealing right now, but, you know, it's got to do its thing. Okay, so here was my first attempt, where I got maybe one curvy or wave, and then this was me trying to put a darker coat on because I was impatient, and also that top coat was not dark enough to even make like the wave really pop. I mean, it folded really good, but so I did take it out because I'm impatient. But okay, so this is what it looked like after we put the darker back coat on. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it over because I think it looks even, but you can really see the curves. How about I put it up to that? Okay, so I'm gonna flip it over to the original side that we did where we made the curves. I think that looks like awesome. I mean, here, let's just put them down next to each other. But like, look at the waves or the curves, and I think it looks neat. Now I probably could have put a couple more there, but and I was like just so focused on getting my color right and getting my waves right. I didn't really take the time to push the bubbles out because you can see some bubbles. But look at that. I think it's really neat. And I know that when you, in this little piece, let's see if we can see from the side, right there. If I wanted to, I could put another coat of resin because the curve kind of stuck up above the resin. This is the side that this is the color it was when we poured the final coat. And this is how it looks like if I would have made it darker. And then let me just get, it's crazy, I never have paper around me when I need it. Oh, here's a sheet. Okay. If that makes sense, what I'm trying to tell you. So, I feel like if I made it a little darker, the waves would have, like, I think they would have popped even more. But with them, I mean, it still looks good, but I was afraid that if I made it too dark, then you wouldn't be able to see the curves or the waves, but, yeah, that's my comparison. I don't know, maybe you see it. You know what? It's just pure choice. I think that I will probably experiment with it a little bit more on the resin, like the top color, the best coats to make this pop, because I haven't really ever done that. And then the next time I do this, I will focus. You could probably see them now. A little, okay. I will focus a little bit more on my bubbles, because there are, there's a couple in there just hanging out, or stuck, whatever. But yeah. And, oh, so another thing I wanted to show you is that when I was putting the material in there, I was saying, make sure you push it down, but don't push it down so that you make it flat. So some of my, let's see if I can show you. Right here, this was part of the material that didn't, and like right there, that was part of the material. Like, and right there. Or you can kind of see it on the sides, or how the material, but yeah, I would just say, let's see if I can get a good, yeah, like how I showed you there. So like right on the sides, you can see. But you know what? It's just practice, and that's how we learn, or that's how I learn. But yeah, this was a really fun do-over, and I will do over again. And just, I'll probably find more projects where I could, I mean, you could probably even paint. I don't know. Let's stop while we're ahead. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it helped. I will leave a link to the materials that I used for this project. I hope it inspires you and gets your juices going. And if you have any questions or comments or ideas that would help, I know that I did say I was going to get one of those awesome little tools that when you put your resin in, it sucks the air out, the bubbles. Yeah, I'm working on that. And I know there's a term for it, but right now my mind can't grab it. So, but yes, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it, like I said, got those creative juices going. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, maybe some good advice for the next time I tackle this, let me know. Until then, have a beautiful day.